Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kathleen. How you doing? I'm doing great, thanks. Mocha, come here. Come here. I want you to be in this. So today I want to make Mocha a Halloween costume because look at him. He's so cute. And he's never had a Halloween costume before, have you, buddy? He's 8 years old and I have not made him or bought him a costume because he's usually too big to fit in them. I'm gonna make him 2 Halloween costumes because if he doesn't like the one, then he can wear the other one and it'll be fine. He won't even care about it because it's not like a huge deal. But I just want him to be cute because I'm not gonna wear a costume on Halloween. Most I'm gonna do is like makeup. But I want him to be festive. So if you want to see what kind of costumes I make for my little puppy, then keep on watching. Alright, for the flower type costume, what you're going to need is 10 sheets of construction paper with the color of your choice. I'm choosing yellow because I'm going to make him look like a black-eyed Susan. I thought that'd be cute. A piece of fabric of your choice. You could do black, you could do green. I'm doing green since, you know, that's the color of a flower stem. A hot glue gun, pair of scissors, and preferably Velcro, but for some reason I didn't have any Velcro, but I had these command strips, the ones you use to hang pictures on the wall, like that kind of stick together like Velcro. I'm gonna use these just because I have them on hand, but use Velcro if you have it or can get it easily. Okay, the very first thing you're gonna do for this is you're gonna take a tape measure, preferably like a soft one, but if not, just use a piece of string and then measure the string out to see how long of a piece of fabric you'll need to go around your dog's neck. Now, my dog's a chocolate lab. He has a 24.5-inch neck. Now that is the entire circumference of his neck. What you wanna do is do another couple inches extra, just in case you have a little bit of overlap, so that way it fits the neck comfortably. So I measured him out, I cut out my fabric to the length, and what I did was I folded it over like so. So you see, originally it was this thick, but now I've got it folded in half, and you'll see why later on. But I had this all ready to go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these command strips, but of course, if you're smart, you'd use Velcro. I'm just gonna take off the sticky parts. So now that I've got the sticky part off, I'm gonna take one side, put some hot glue on the back, and hot glue it to one end of the piece of fabric. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your strip and you're gonna flip this side over, and this is the part where you're gonna be putting the other piece, because then we'll get the loop like you'll want. Now this is done for now, but we'll come back to it later. Okay, the next step is cutting out the petals of our flower. Now I'm gonna have a pencil, and I'm just gonna draw it on one. Wow, that's nice, the lead fell right out. So what I'm gonna do is just draw an outline on one piece of paper and use it for all of them, just because that would probably take a lot less time than trying to draw it on each and every single one of them and cut all of them out individually. Don't do that. Just sketch it out and you should be good. Now the one thing you should do is at the bottom of the petal, leave it squared off. And like a little bit of it, just like a normal, just like a box. That way, when we hot glue the petal to the fabric, it'll have like a sturdy base to hold on to. So I'm just gonna do this. Oh, my lead keeps disappearing. Oh, that's why. Okay, so just draw like that, and then I'm gonna just so this is the general shape of the flower petal that I want, but I'm gonna make the base just a little bit thicker, just because you're not gonna see the petal all the way down to the end, because obviously dogs have hair. The hair is gonna cover it up. So I'm gonna do just a little bit extra on each side, just so it's nice and sturdy. So now I'm gonna take my pair of scissors, and because I have 10 pieces of paper, I'm gonna do this twice, because cutting through 10 pieces of paper at one time is not gonna be easy. So I'm gonna do half and then do the other half. And for the other 5, just because I wanna be as accurate as possible, I'm gonna just roughly outline it. One of the ones I had already cut out. And there we go. We have all of our petals done. So the next step, we're gonna grab this again. What you're gonna do is take your fabric and you're gonna judge. Say, okay, well, this is what it's gonna look like when it's together, right? The cut side is the side that you're gonna want towards your face, your dog's face. So what we'll do is lay the strip out in its entirety, open it up, and then take your petals and just lay them down along the fabric. Now you can be the judge. You can say, well, I want them to be this far apart, or I want them to be this far apart. You can do that based on, you know, how big your dog is. My dog's pretty big, so I'm gonna try to keep them about an inch apart. And when I said 10 petals, I just did 10 petals because I thought that'd be a good number, because I'd rather have too many than not enough. And when you're making the petals, base them off of the size of your dog. Like if you have a bigger dog, you're gonna make them about as big as I made them using a full sheet of construction paper. But if you have a smaller dog, make them like half the size of construction paper. I'm gonna put these a little bit closer together just because I want it to look like a real flower on him. And what I'm doing here is I'm putting the petals as close to the edge this way as I think will work, and then leaving the rest of the way on this end empty, because obviously we're gonna have that overlap and that will work out perfectly in the end. So now that you have a rough idea of where you're gonna put each of your petals, I'm gonna take them all except one. I also suggest getting something to put underneath your hot glue station because you don't want to accidentally glue the fabric to the table. I've done that before. So I laid it out. I'm gonna take my paper. I'm gonna judge. I just decided I'm gonna switch ends, on which I'm not gonna put too close to the edge. So I'm gonna feel where I ended that. Okay, so it'll be roughly right there. Taking my hot glue gun, and I'm gonna just load up this area with some hot glue. And then take your petal and place it down, trying to get as close to that fold as you can. And then I'm just gonna use these scissors to press it down so I don't burn myself. And then you're gonna do the exact same thing with the rest of the petals. Okay, now that you've got all the petals hot glued on one side of the fabric, you're gonna just put hot glue on each of these spots and then flip the piece of fabric over, pressing down to make sure that they're hot glued right in place, and then add a little bits on the ends too, just to make sure they stay as well. All right, so now that that's done, so we'll move on to the next step, which is folding over the petals. Now, why are we folding the petals over? So we can actually look at the dog, and the dog's face will be the center of the flower, and then the petals will kind of just like border it, make them look pretty. So I'm just gonna fold them over right here, right at the base. Give it a little press. Now that they're all folded over, once you get them on your dog, it'll actually look like your dog is a flower. All right, so my next costume is gonna be a Beanie Baby tag. First, you're gonna need white paper. I got this out of construction paper, but it's literally just white paper. So if you're thinking about buying construction paper that has the white in it, don't bother. It's just plain white paper. And I have some red paper here as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up a photo of a Beanie Baby tag for reference, because I don't know what they really look like, because I haven't had Beanie Babies in forever. Plus, look at my background. It's so Halloween and cute, and I just love it. Okay. Okay, so I have it already up on Google. And this is what they basically look like. If you can see that. I'll just bring it closer. So it's just a red heart, and then it has the white TY in the middle. So I think this one's gonna be pretty easy to do. We'll start with the heart. Now this isn't the exact shade of red. This is more of like a what do you call it? Muted red, if you want. So, but this will work anyways. It's not a huge deal that's not the exact color. We are going to make a heart. I'm gonna move everything out of my way. So I'm gonna fold this paper in half like this, so it's a little bit wider. And at the same time, I'm gonna cut out a piece of white paper in the shape of the heart. Why? Because on the back of Beanie Baby tags, they have the name of the Beanie Baby and their date of birth, along with a little poem, but I think I'm just gonna stick with the name and the date of birth. So I'll just tuck those two together, take my scissors, and just cut out a heart. There we go, there's a heart. Easy peasy. So the next thing we're gonna do is cut out the T and the Y. Now, print it out if you can. I'm just gonna freehand it because setting up my printer is a task. So make sure if you're gonna freehand it, you outline the shape of the heart, at least roughly, so that way you don't make the letters way too big, which wouldn't work well at all. So I'm just gonna sketch it out. It's not the best, but we can always erase the pencil. So now I'm just gonna cut them out. Okay, now that we have them cut out, I'm just gonna erase some of the pencil off the edges. There we go. Okay, next step. I'm going to hot glue the white piece of paper onto the back of the red piece of paper, only because I don't have a glue stick. If you guys have glue sticks, use glue sticks, because that will make it a billion times easier. But I don't have glue sticks. I have my hot glue gun, which is already warmed up, so I'm just gonna use that. So I'm gonna just cut off the excess around here, only because the regular Beanie Baby tags don't have any white around the edges. Now to hot glue the T and the Y to the tag. Next, we're gonna take a Sharpie, but I'm gonna use a pen first so I can know I don't mess up when writing this. And you're just gonna write your dog or cat's name. You can always do this, a cat. Now I'm gonna go over it with Sharpie. Last step that you're gonna need is to make the hole to put the string through. Now I have just some ribbon that I found in my craft room. I'm gonna cut off about 10-11 inches of it and use that. Now you can always use a hole punch for this. I don't know where my hole punch is. Actually, hold that thought. I found it. Now my hole punch is a 3-hole punch, so obviously if you have a 3-hole punch as well, just use 1 hole of it, and you're just gonna punch a hole through it, just like that. Now you're gonna take your short string, put it through, and then all you're gonna do is tie it onto your dog or cat's collar and you're done. It's that easy. And that's it. He looks adorable. I mean, come on, of course he looks adorable. He always looks adorable. There even like a possibility for him not to look cute? The answer is no. But yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more content from me. I post every Monday and Thursday. And leave a comment telling me what kind of costume you're gonna dress your dog in or cat. I would love to see cats in costumes. You should totally tweet me a picture of your dog or cat in their costume for Halloween, because I will literally cry of joy. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!